As I learned from growing up, you don't mess with your grandmother, and what she says goes.
All hail the Queen! We're taking a look at all the ways she's a total boss.
Your Majesty, Mummy.
For starters, the Queen is funny.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all here this evening. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister of Canada, for making me feel so old. Oh, really? Please.
Boo.
And she seems to be game for pretty much anything, including starring alongside James Bond himself, Daniel Craig, to open the 2012 London Olympic Games.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Good evening, Your Majesty.
And we know she loves to play the ponies.
Her Majesty the Queen only presents 2 trophies during Royal Ascot, and look at the delight there, the sheer joy.
Queen Elizabeth II is the longest reigning monarch in British history.
And I've seen one coronation and been the recipient in the other. She's pretty remarkable.
And she's one tough lady. Just ask the Crown actress Claire Foy.
So you've met her briefly. Well, of course it's brief. It's not like you're hanging out with her.
It's very brief. Brief until she gives you a hand back. She invented the shove back. She really gives you your hand back after you've met her.
Foy has learned everything there is to know about the Queen in order to make her portrayal as accurate as possible.
She's an outdoorsy person, and I'm not outdoorsy, but she just, you know, like outdoorsy people just are more like, just get on with things a bit more.
She is one tough broad.
She really is a tough broad. That's a really good way to describe her, as a broad. She really is a broad.
Now, we can't talk about the Queen without talking about her fashion.
My lords and members of the House of Commons.
She's a woman who wears many hats, both literally and figuratively.
It gives me particular pleasure that this visit comes so soon after a vivid and effective demonstration of the long-standing alliance between our two countries.
It's said the Queen has sported an estimated 5,000 hats in the past 50 years. When it comes to birthdays, the Queen's is one of a kind. She actually has 2, her real birthday on April 21st and the public celebration, Trooping the Colors, that takes place on the 2nd Saturday of June and basically shuts down London. Over 1,400 soldiers, 200 horses, and 400 musicians take part in the event, so it's quite the spectacle. Despite her regal title and status, Queen Elizabeth is one supportive granny.
The more grandmother bits, the more I can get advice and suck all that information out of her and all that experience that she's had for so long.
Things were rapidly building up steam towards the wedding, and I was given a list in the first meeting of 777 names, and not one of them on there I knew, and I wasn't too happy about it, so I rang her for a bit of sort of moral support and a bit of backup. And she said, don't be so ridiculous, get rid of the list and start from your friends.
She's been very generous and not sort of being forceful at all in any of her views, but she's just, I feel she's been there sort of a gentle guidance really for me.
She has that amazing ability to make anyone relax, and that's a skill in itself, and she's very good at it.
But we want to know, what's your favorite thing about Queen Elizabeth and the royal family?